All right. Good night, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to the series of interviews that I'm hosting with professional coaches from around Australia who all specialise in really specific niches in the coaching industry, and they're helping people transform their lives on so many different levels that you probably didn't even know was possible. So tonight I'm super excited because I have my very good friend Karina Barrett with me. Now, Karina is a women's empowerment coach. She's an EFT coach. She's a circle holder and speaker, and she's just been telling me about this amazing new concept of breath work and how she's going to be rolling that out as part of her holistic package going forward. So super exciting. Now, Karina's vision is to support women to live their desired lives, and she runs epic programs for women from around the world. She's just returned from Bali and another amazing retreat. So welcome, Karina.
Thank you very much. Beautiful. I feel so privileged to be on this, and yeah, it's lovely to share this space with you. So thank you.
Thank you. I'm super excited to share your story because you're doing amazing things with women and really holding the space for women to do really lots of really natural self-reflection, or unnatural as it might feel to them, self-love, self-care, and lots of beautiful work to take care of themselves and to nourish themselves. So I guess I know your story, but I'd love to share with our viewers why it is that you coach. Why do you coach, Karina? Why do you do what you do?
I coach because I grew up in a really toxic household, and then I married into a toxic marriage. And when I was going through that stage of my life, I felt that I had no one to talk to. I had no one to go and share my truth with because I was scared of judgment. I was scared of losing friends. I was scared of what people would think of me. I didn't feel worthy. All of that sort of stuff came up for me. And I felt like I had nowhere to turn and no one I could trust to talk to. So as my life has progressed, I've still gone through a lot of challenges myself within my family. We had a daughter with anorexia. I used to self-sabotage with alcohol and cigarettes because it's what I knew how to do. And I used to hide that as well. I didn't want anyone to know that. And I started going downhill when I was in my 40s and knew that I had to change something because our daughter was sick and I wasn't coping with life. And I fell into a healthy eating program, which ran like little personal development, little courses and stuff, which then led me down the track of becoming a coach and working on myself so that I could actually support women who really needed the support, who wanted to be heard, who, were hiding. Well, they were hiding in silence, and no one has to do that. I believe that we all have the right to share what's going on vulnerably in a safe space with no judgment. So that's why I started doing what I'm doing. I just really felt there was a need for women to have somewhere safe or someone safe to speak to.
And safety, and creating an environment where clients feel safe and feel nurtured and taken care of, that's paramount as a coach. You need to know, and your clients need to know that they're talking to you. You're a professional. It's a safe space. It's private. And they can be all of who they are with you, and they can take off the masks that they have to wear outside in the world, and then you can really help them to work out who they are and what they want and where they're going. So you specifically work with women, and I know that you work with a lot of women who have come from really challenging backgrounds and have endured a lot of sometimes tragedy, sometimes abuse, sometimes all sorts of really horrific things that no one should ever have to endure, and really help them to find themselves and to find their strength again. What is it that you would say would be some of the common challenges that you see in your clients when they come to you?
Yeah, the main challenges that I see is self-love. Most, as women, we're always so busy doing everything for everyone else. We come last, and we're going to look after ourselves, do something for us this afternoon, and this afternoon comes and then something else happens, so that doesn't happen. You'll do it tomorrow and that doesn't happen, and then that a lot of women don't have confidence and all of that sort of stuff. So self-love is a huge one. Self-acceptance of loving and accepting yourself from the inside out and from the outside in, because most of us have got this vision of what we're meant to look like, how we're supposed to be, because of all the magazines and all of the limiting beliefs that we have going on and the negative chitter chatter. So self-acceptance is a huge one, and boundaries. They're probably the three key things I would think, well, that I know that women come to me with.
Yeah, absolutely. And so when people come to you, and they generally come to you with those, with those themes that you see through. So where do you start? When someone comes to you and they've got to a point where they're completely overwhelmed and they know something needs to change and they've reached out to you for help, where do you start?
So we'll do a call. We'll do a Zoom call like this together, because most of my clients, are via Zoom. And I'll talk to them, because people need to trust me as well. People talk to me that don't even know me. So getting to know them, asking them what's going on in their lives, building that trust with them, and setting guidelines so that they know, like you just said, that it's a safe space, that I'm absolutely not judging them. This is a confidential place and nothing is ever going to be talked about outside of this area. And really delving in and asking them what their challenges are now, and finding out what has gone on, asking them questions about their challenges, what's going on in their lives right now, like just really peeling back the layers to find out what is going on, so then I can explain to them how I can support them. Yeah,
amazing. And I just think what you're saying is so powerful, and the self-love and taking time to look after ourselves. You're right. We as women, we suck at that. We always, I shouldn't generalize. We tend to, the majority of the time, put everybody else's needs first, and it can be a real culture thing. It can be an environment thing. It can be, tribal cycles and learned behaviour. And it can be a really hard behaviour to change. So what would be some of the really simple self-care starting steps that you would recommend people to start doing in order to start the process of taking better care of themselves?
Yeah, so when I first start with self-love, one of the things that I do, especially in one of my online programs, is mirror work. So, standing in front of the mirror and loving what you love about yourself, and then working through the things that you probably don't like so much about yourself. So learning that self-love and acceptance. Doing some rituals for yourself. So you're honouring yourself every morning or every afternoon and taking time for yourself. Even if it's only 5 minutes a day, I really encourage women to have some sort of a ritual. So whether it's having a cup of tea, sitting outside with your bare feet on the ground, grounding yourself for the morning and really sitting in that time and really honouring yourself and enjoying that time by yourself. Writing out a journal in the morning about what's coming up for you now, how are you feeling within yourself. And it only has to take 5 minutes. And just by honouring yourself that little bit each day, I find the women will you become more aware. You become more aware of your thoughts. You become more aware of, I'm not taking time for myself like I honoured I was going to, or I no longer feel guilty for having 10 minutes to myself without the kids, or, just really, rituals is a big thing for me. I really encourage women to do 5 to 10 minutes a day to enable them to start honouring themselves. It's really, really important.
Yeah, lovely. I was listening to Judy Holler earlier this week, and she was talking about the power of starting her day with I am statements.
Yeah.
And making sure that each day, regardless of what was going on with her life, and where she was traveling for work and all those things, is that the power of consciously making a choice to replace the negative I am statements that might be subconsciously coming up for her with active, positive I am statements. And she starts every day with writing them out, and then she journals, and and that's a way that she takes care of herself. And I thought that was a really beautiful example of honouring yourself and checking in with yourself before you go out into the world and look after everybody else.
Exactly. And when you do that, you're setting a really positive intention for the day. You're getting up with positivity and doing something to honour yourself. So you feel really good. You feel a bit more uplifted, and your energy is different, and you feel good in yourself because you've actually made that time for yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. It's so great, and it's they're really what might seem like really simple things, but they are often the things we forget or fall off the to-do list before anything else. And it's that cliche saying, you know, put on your own oxygen mask first, but you know, it really is, it's a metaphor for life. And it's okay to take care of everybody else, but you've got to make sure that you are taking care of yourself too. And particularly if you've been through trauma and you've experienced hard times, you need to be extra loving and extra gentle to yourself in ways that you maybe didn't get from other people.
And sorry, Rebecca, I was just going to say the awareness as well. When you start doing things for yourself, you become more aware, and you become more aware of your language with yourself as well. All of that will make a huge difference.
Absolutely. And I've noticed you tap on your hand every now and then, and that's your EFT coach coming through. You know, how have you found that bringing in sort of that holistic care, so the EFT and circle holding and things like that, how have you found that that's really played out in your women's empowerment coaching?
Doing the EFT, you know, when someone's really challenged with something, and it's, you know, like people become very emotional, and, you know, a lot of people have a lot of trauma. We all have stuff happen in our lives. So being able to use the EFT as a tool for women that I coach is really good, because it enables them to do something while they're telling me, and it's just, they relax more, they're opening up more. And then when you start doing the tapping and talking about what's going on, it actually allows you to start releasing, because you're tapping on meridian points. And it can bring up emotions and stuff of something else that people think that they've actually gotten through. You know, we all think, I've dealt with that, thank goodness, I don't have to do that again. But it'll bring up emotions that they think that they've got through, and they haven't. So it allows it to start really peeling back more layers and moving through with more ease and grace, rather than being in that anxious, hypervigilant state all the time. It's a really amazing tool, and I teach all of my clients it.
Amazing. So much value add. Just layers and layers and layers of value. Love it. Well, thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you tonight. And it's always a good excuse to catch up. Now, if the viewers have fallen in love with you, like I did a long, long time ago, many years ago now.
It was.
How do they do that? How do they follow you? And what's the best way for them to connect?
Sure. So I'm on Facebook as Karina Barrett. I'm on Instagram as Barrett.Karina. And I've got a web page. So it's www.KarinaBarrett.com. And on my webpage, all of my programs, all of my offerings, my circle work, my EFT, everything's on my webpage. So also anyone can reach out to me, and I'm really, really happy to gift any woman a 30-minute free call so that they can explain to me their challenges, and I can explain to them how I can actually support them through what's going on in their life. I think it's really important to connect so that people get to know who I am and how I can support them. And I love it. And building a sisterhood community is my passion. That's what I'm creating around the world, and it just lights my fire as well. I love it.
Absolutely. And that brings me to my final question, which is, what does it mean to you to do what you do? And you're so passionate and you care so much about helping women, and there really is no boundary to the love and support that you offer your clients, and that certainly flows through with what you do, and I think that's evident in everything you offer and how you wrap your support around your clients. So thank you so much for your time tonight.
Thanks, gorgeous.
Hopefully our viewers will reach out and connect with you soon.
Thanks, Rebecca, and thanks for making such a difference in the world. See ya.
Thank you.